Good morning. We are all listening today's 1st September 2021 का morning English Murli. Today Baba started and express that is essence of Murli. Baba says, sweet children, the Father, the Lord of life, who saves our life, has come to play the sweet Murli of knowledge to your children to save your lives. Very important for our life. Question is, which faith do only the fortunate children have? Answer is the faith that the Father who makes our fortune elevated has come. We are receiving from the Father the fruit of our devotion. The Father has now come to take us back home with Him by resorting to us the wings that Maya cut off. Only fortunate children have these faith songs. Who has come in the early morning hours? This is very important song to listen and hear it. Om Shanti. Who comes and plays the Murli early in the morning? The world is in total darkness. We are now listening to the Murli from the Father, the ocean of knowledge, the purifier, the Lord of life. He is God, the one who saves our life. People says, "Oh God, release me from this suffering." What is suffering? Those people ask for limited help. You children are now receiving unlimited help because He is the unlimited Father. You know that souls are incognito and that the Father is also incognito. The bodies of the children are visible and the Father's body is also visible. This is most important. Souls are incognito and so their Father is also incognito. You know that the Father has come to give you the unlimited inheritance. The Srimad are from Him. The Gita, the jewel of all scriptures, is very well known. They have just changed the name in it. In it, people says Krishna is God. This is not true. Father says, you now know that Srimad are the version spoken by God. This time is presenting. You have also understood that it is the one Father who makes those who are corrupt into elevated beings. He is the one who changes ordinary human beings into Narayan. There is the story of the true Narayan. This is called Satya Narayan Katha. It is said that the story of immortality is to make you into the master of the land of immortality. It is to change human into Narayan. It is the same thing. This is the land of death. No one knows Bharat was the land of immortality, so-called Sarga. Here, two immortal Baba has told everything to you, people of Bharat. There was not just one Parvati and one Draupadi. There are many children who are listening to this. Many Parvatis, many Draupadis. Shiv Baba is speaking to you through Brahma. The Father says, I am explaining to you sweetest scripts through Brahma, which is very, very important for my sweet children. The Father has explained to your children that you definitely have to become soul conscious. Only the Father can make you this. Not a single human being in the world has knowledge of soul. If they do not have knowledge of soul, how could they have knowledge of the Supreme Father? This is the question. The Supreme Soul, who is Supreme Soul? They say each soul is the Supreme Soul. This is very mistake. The whole world is trapped in such a big mistake. In this time, the intellects of people are of no use at all. They are making preparations for their own destruction. They are going on destruction, on baby's destruction, on family's destruction. There is nothing new for your children. You know that according to the drama, those are their parts. It is their part. They doing same thing. They are bound by the bounds of the drama. Nowadays, there is a lot of unheaven in the world. Your children have loving intellects at the time of destruction. It is said that those whose intellects have no love for the Father are led to destruction. This world now has to change. You know that the Mahabharata war also took place previously and that the Father taught you Raj Yoga. In the scripture, they have spoken about total destruction of the world, whole world. However, total destruction cannot take place. Otherwise, there would be total annihilation. No human or anything else other than the five elements. It is impossible. Would remain, they would be impossible if any hesitation were to take place. Where would human beings come from? They saw the Krishna came on purple leaf floating in the ocean. How could a baby come like that? They have written such thing in the scriptures. Do not even ask. So, arrow of knowledge now have to be slot at. So, scholars such as Bhishma Pitamaha to buy you Kumaris. In the future, they too will come here. The more powerful you become in doing service and the more you continue to give the Father's introduction, the more impact there will be. The time is coming very soon. Yes, there will also be obstacle. It is also remembered that many obstacles are created in the sacrificial fire by the devilish community. You will not be able to teach them. Only the Father teaches knowledge and yoga. Only the one Father is the two bestowers of salvation. Only He purify the impure. This is His part in this world. Thereof, He would surely give knowledge to only those who are impure. So can the Father ever be omnipresent like they say. You children understand that we become lords of divinity by having divine intellects. Look how many temples human beings to have built. However, they do not understand who they are or what they did when they exist in this world. There is also a temple to the Lord of Divinity. Bharat was the Lord of Divinity. There were places to studded with diamonds and jewels. It was just a matter of yesterday. They say that the golden age alone, which hundreds of thousands of years old, whereas the father says the whole drama is 5,000 years only. That is why it is said, look at what Bharat is today and what is was yesterday. No one could remember anything that was hundreds of thousands of years ago. It is impossible. You children have now remembered everything. You know it is a matter of 5,000 years. Baba says, sit in yoga, consider yourself to be soul and remember the Father. This is knowledge, is it not? There are two Hatha yogi. Each one sits with one leg over the other. Look at what they do. You mothers cannot do this. You cannot sit like they do. There are so many images of the paths of devotion. The father says, sweet children, there is no need for you to do anything like that. Students in the school sit in a disciplined way. The father does not even tell you to do that much. You can sit as your pleases. If you become tired of sitting down, then just lie down. Baba does not forbid you to do anything. These matters are very easy to understand. There is no difficulty in this. Even if you are ill, you could leave your body while listening to this and saying in remembrance of sweet Shiv Baba. This is called good death. It is said that the water of the Gangas should be on your lips and wood. So you should be on the banks of Gangas when you shed your body. All of those things belong to the path of devotion. In fact, it means that to nectar of knowledge, you know the soul truly is going to leave the body in this way. When you children come down here, you leave me behind. The father says, I will take you children back with me. You do wrong, but I did not. I have only come to take you children back home. You soul neither know your home nor yourself. Who are you? Maya has completely cut off your wings. It is because souls are to Temu Pradhan that they are unable to fly just like a bird. So how can they return to the land of peace unless they become to Satapradhan, to which will come to purity. You also know that according to the drama plan, everyone has to become Tamapradhan. At this time, the world tree has reached a state of total decay. No one here can have a Satapradhan stage. When a soul become pure here, so he can no longer remain there, so he would depart from here. It is law. So everyone platforms devotion in order to receive liberation. However, no one can return home yet. The law does not allow this. The Father sits here and explain all of these secrets for you to immobile. So, nevertheless, the main thing is to remember the Father and become a spinner of discuss of self-realization. When you remember the soul, your intellect become aware of the whole tree. You come to knowledge, know everything in a second. No one in the world knows that only the one Father is the seed of the whole human world. Krishna is not God. Krishna is called a to ugly and beautiful. That is called Sam Sundar. So it is not that he become dark blue because he was bitten by a poisonous snake. It is by sitting on the to just the human beings become ugly. So they even show Ram as dark blue. So who beat him? So they do not understand anything. However, those who have this in their fortune and have faith in it will definitely claim the inheritance from her father. So if they do not have faith, they will never be able to understand. If they do not have to this in their fortune, what effort would they make? When they do not have this in their future, so they sit as through that do not understand anything. That is, they do not even have the faith that the Father has come to give them his unlimited inheritance. Just as a new student who goes and sit in a medical college, who does not understand anything, so some come and sit here in the same way. So this imperishable knowledge is never destroyed. They some come and do. When a kingdom is being established, to maids, servants, subjects and servants of the subjects are all needed. As you make further progress, they will try to study, but it will be difficult then because there will be a lot of to upheaval at that time. So storms continue to increase day by day. There are so many centers. Therefore, some will come and understand very well. It is written the established man takes place through Brahma. Destruction is just ahead. Destruction too definitely has to take place. They saw that fewer children should be born. However, the tree has to grow. Whether the Father is here, souls of all religions have to come down here from Paramdham. When it is time to return home, there will be no more soul to come down. Everyone now has to come down, but no one understands this matter. They says God is the protector of the devotees. Thereof, there must definitely have been calamities from the devotees. Everyone in Ravan's kingdom has become a completely sinful soul. At the end of the Iron Age, it is Ravan's kingdom, and at the beginnings of the Golden Age, it is Ram's kingdom. At this time, everyone belongs to devilish community of Ravan. They say so and so has become a resident of heaven, which means that this is hell. If he has become a resident of heaven, to then that will good. Look what he would have been here. He would definitely have been a residents of hell. They do not even understand they are residents of hell. You know, understand that only the Father comes and makes you into residents of heaven by Gyan or Yog. He is remembered as heavenly God, that Father. Only He comes and establishes heaven. Everyone sings and remembers the purifier as Rama, who belongs to Sita. They sing, we are impure and you are the one who can purify us. All of them are the Shitas who belong to the path of devotion, and the Father is Rama. When you tell people this directly, they do not believe it. They call out of Rama. The Father has now given each of your children a third eye. It is as though you now belong to a different world. The Father explains. Everyone definitely had to become Tamapradhan. Now for only then could the Father come and make you Satapradhan. The Father explained everything so well. He says, even through you children, do your one duties. Just remember one thing. Remember the Father. No one else can show you the way to become Satapradhan. The spiritual surgeon of all is one. He is the one who comes and gives an injection to souls, because it is souls who have become Tamapradhan. The Father is called the eternal surgeon. Souls are to imperishable, and the Father, the Supreme Soul, is also imperishable from being Satapradhan. Souls have now become Tamapradhan. Souls need an injection. The Father says, children, consider yourself to be souls and remember your Father. Connect your intellect in yoga with up above, and you will go to your sweet home. It is in your intellect that you know have to go to your sweet silence home, to to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance and good morning from the mother and father Babdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. We are all spiritual children. giving love remembrance to our mother, father, and Bap Dada. Good morning and namaste, namaste, namaste. Essence of Dharana. Number one, make your intellect divine with knowledge and yoga. No matter how ill you are or how much difficulty there is, even in the situation, you must remember the Father. Number two, in order to make your fortune elevated, let your intellect have full faith. Connect your intellect in yoga to your sweet silence home. Blessing, may you become double light and make difficult tasks easy by constantly having the awareness of the combined form. Explanation: the children who constantly stay in remembrance constantly experience his company. When an problem comes in front of them, they experience themselves to be combined and do not become afraid. The awareness of the combined form will make a difficult task easy. When any big situation come in front of you, hard over your to burden to the Father and become double light. Your mind will then continue to dance in happiness day and night like an angel. Slogan: those who find a solution to everything and remain content and make others self content are jewel of contentment. Invaluable version of Mateshwari. Contrast of knowledge and yoga. Yoga and knowledge are two words. Remembrance of God is referred to as yoga. The word yoga is not used for the remembrance of anyone else. The yoga that the gurus teach is also of connecting with God, but they do not have the full introduction of God, and so they do not have much success in yoga. Yoga and knowledge are both powers, and by making efforts in these two subjects, you receive might and you become a conqueror of sinful action and make your life elevated. Everyone speaks of yoga, but you first of all need to have the introduction of the one you are having yoga with. We receive God's introduction from God, and by having yoga through the introduction, we have total success. With yoga, we burn our burden of past sins, and with knowledge, we realize that action we have to perform in the future and why. The roots of our lives are our sanskar, and eternal souls are made of sanskars, but our sanskars continue to change through our action. Souls become great through yoga and knowledge, and you also develop power in your lives. But both these things are received from God. It is from God, and we find the way to become free from our karmic bondage. No one but God can give us power to become free from the karmic bondage of the sins we have committed, so that our future action are not sinful. God brings both yoga and knowledge. He inspired us to burn our sins in the fire of yoga, and He teaches us how to perform elevated actions in the future through which our action become neutral. This is where God has said the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action is very deep. Now, we souls need direct power from God. We cannot receive the powers of yoga and knowledge from the scriptures. We can only receive this from Almighty authority, the all powerful one. We know have to make the roots of our lives sanskar such that we have happiness in our lives. So God comes and shows the seeds of pure sanskar, and on the basic of these pure sanskars we will become liberated in life for half the cycle to in this world full drama. Acha, Om Shanti.